She's a rock star. She's a goddess. She's a queen. She's a
Thank,
survivor.
thank you.
I listen to your daily affirmations. You're so positive,
Thank
you
you.
know,
Thank
but
you.
your voice commands so much attention. This is the thing about you that stands out to me and your fans most,
Yeah.
right? Your voice, it's very soulful, and you're young, but your voice has so much experience behind it.
Yeah.
When did you first realize that your talent was next level? When did you figure that
Uh,
out?
well, I think that the awareness that my talent was next level came when I began to awaken back in 2018. But prior to that, um, I was a very different person. So that smaller version of me would always compare herself or didn't think that I was good enough until I started to awaken and then say, "Oh wow, this is who I am." And then I started to work on the belief in myself and yeah, and then it went from there. But for a long time I had no idea who I was.
But this is interesting because you said
Yeah.
2018, and when I
Yeah.
listen to you, one would think that you came out the womb singing.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Oh yeah. Of course, I've been always singing, but I didn't know the magnitude of my gift until 2018. But I was always singing. I have always uh sang ever since I was a little kid. But I'll tell you this, my voice is like more of a channeling because there are centuries of old souls singing through me as I sing because I just it's like this like very soulful ancient sound that comes out.
I'm listening to you, and I'm trying not to tear up because I see people. I see my grandmother in you,
Yeah.
who I just worshipped the road she used to walk on. She
Oh,
was very wise,
yeah.
and it's like you're saying that. I did not know that, but I'm
Yeah.
seeing that. Like I said, when you sing, it's so deep. I hear Janis Joplin.
Yeah.
I hear all these people coming through you, and that's amazing
Yeah.
that you say that.
Yeah.
I can hear it without
Yeah.
even being told that.
That's great.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
yeah. Because you're young, but it's like your voice has been here before, and it's seen and felt so much.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Absolutely.
So let's
I agree with that.
so let's talk about 2018.
Yeah.
This whole awakening. This is what I want to find out.
Okay.
What was the catalyst for the awakening?
So prior to 2018, I was living this very different life of rehabs, institutions, battling drug addiction. I had no idea who I was. I always felt like I had an idea of who I was, but to live a life without actually experiencing it is completely different. So at the end of 2018, my ex-boyfriend and I broke up, so I had to move back home with my mom, and I was in this state of complete hopelessness, and I didn't know what to do or where I was going to go because I was just in the state of wow, I have nothing in my life and I don't know where to turn because I have ruined everything. That was my state of mind then, right? So I went to bed that night, and in my dream, there was this mystical being standing on a clock tower. And she looks at me, and I look at her, and she is telling me that it is now time. And I'm like, time? No, she was telling me it is time to work on myself, go within, release everything that I need to release, wake up, program your subconscious mind, work on the belief in yourself. And that's what I did. I literally detached from the world, water fast, subconscious programming, everything that would help me to um, detach from my old identity. So to like leave the victim consciousness and like step into my whole superwoman, superhero. I am the superhero of my life. This is my power. This is my life. And I need to live it like I want to live it. And it's time to rock and roll.
It's time to rock and roll. And speaking of rock and roll, let's get into your song Train. And that was featured on the show on NBC.
Yes. America Song Contest.
America Song Contest, right. And that was hosted by Kelly Clarkson and Snoop Dogg. And you are on that list. You are a rock star. I mean, what type of like reaction did you get? Because you're not what people expect. And you know people love to put people in these little tiny boxes that they understand. You're not that. You don't get it in that box. So what was that experience like for you?
You know, it was just really magical because to go from 1 year of singing in your closet, right, and imagining this, right, to like be on a world stage the following year and have Snoop Dogg say to you, whatever happens, you keep going, and I'm like, this is great, you know,
and that's my life. That's coming from one of the greatest in the industry. So that's really neat. Yeah.
Absolutely. So it was an honor, and just being on the show, I just learned so much about myself, and it just really put a mirror into what I still had to release, and then also what I can also accomplish if I put my mind to it and if you set the intention. Because once we say, hey, this is who I am, this is what I am ready to do, then the universe goes, okay, I've been waiting for you, you know?
Yes. A
and
lot
you
of
get
times
glimpses. You get a glimpse of this is what's possible. You keep on going and you keep on doing the work, you know? There's reward.
You know, sometimes I feel like you grow when you realize it's not others trying to hold you back as much as yourself subconsciously.
Yourself.
Listen,
that's it.
When you confront yourself like that, you could be the most positive person in the world. You realize sometimes that the small little hater sometimes is inside of you, telling you can't do things
all the time.
So when you're waking, like you're that's why you're so free, because you know the truth now. You know who you are. You know who you were created to be. And I see that in you, you know?
Yeah, because once you say, this is my life and I'm going to take complete responsibility for my life. Can't nobody hold me down? Can't nobody
hold you down. Exactly. Yeah.
The only one that can hold you down is you. And it doesn't matter what society says, what other people say. You can take that on, because I did for a very long time. People said that I shouldn't sing rock, I should sing gospel, R&B,
Okay.
People say that. You know, people are going to say
you don't.
whatever.
If you don't know who you are, they will silence you.
Absolutely.
You know?
But you have decided to be silenced.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
To be silenced. And you know another thing too, because I'm a teacher as well, and I'm a mom.
Yeah.
And I always say, I said, you know what? The only time something negative somebody else says to you gets to you is if you believe it.
Yeah.
If you don't believe it, it can't bother you. You know what I mean?
So the goal is then to look in the mirror, and if something triggers you and if something bothers you, you look in that mirror and you ask yourself, why is this bothering me? What is it that I believe to be true in that statement? And once you do that and then look at that within yourself, if they say it again, it won't bother you, because you have confronted it within yourself, integrated with it, loved it, and then you released it. Now you are flying even higher on another frequency, and you cannot be bothered by the smallness.
I know.
You know what I mean?
And I look at you and I see freedom. You're totally free. You're totally free.
Thank you.
You're free. So let me ask another question. So the thing about the music industry in America, I shouldn't call places out, but sometimes they like to put you in a box, like I just said earlier. Right?
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
you're African American.
Yeah.
Beautiful female, and you're a freaking rock star.
Yeah.
Now, is this lonely? Are there people who are similar to you in your circle, or are you by yourself in this?
Um, I wouldn't say that it's lonely at all, because when I did this rock fest, right? There were about 25 photos of bands all fronted by white males, and right in the middle you have this one band that is fronted by a 6'9" Amazon beautiful black female. And you know what, I looked at that and said, I feel right at home. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Because you
people.
can't feel, yeah, like these are
Yeah,
my people, right? So like, even if you take race out of it, these are my people. And I
yeah.
feel like when you know who you are, it doesn't matter if you're white, black, it doesn't
I agree.
matter. If you
I
know
agree.
that this is what you are supposed to be doing, nothing can stop you, unless I stop myself. Unless I look at that and then say, this industry doesn't like people like me. Well, I just put a limitation on that. I don't have to agree to that.
You don't have to agree to that.
Even if you don't like me, I mean, I can choose to be unbothered by that and just keep on flying. Period.
Easily choose to be unbothered by somebody that has absolutely no influence in your life. This is the easiest thing to do.
Yeah.
So the reason why I asked that is, okay, so I was born in America,
Okay.
but I was raised in the Caribbean.
Okay.
So I love Caribbean music. I love good music. I love all types of music,
Yeah.
okay? But growing up, okay, 10-year-old me, I was the only person who looked like me that was listening to Guns N' Roses, who was listening to Motley Crue.
I love it.
Okay? I was the only person that looked like me, and I'm like, wow. So when I see you, I was like, listen, as soon as I saw you, I think I wrote to you or something. I was just like, yes, I love this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's awesome. So was I, right? So was I. I would be going through my neighborhood with Lincoln Park on.
Yeah, I love Lincoln Park.
Okay. And everybody's just looking at me like, okay, well, what are you playing?
I lent. You know what I used to listen to? Prodigy. I used to love Prodigy. Remember Prodigy?
I don't know Prodigy.
Oh, girl. Yes, I'm into that. Yes, and you put me on to Chinchilla. Whether or not you realize that or not, you did.
I love her.
Like a diamond. Listen, that's on repeat.
Love her.
It's on repeat. Yeah.
Love her.
Yeah.
Well,
I love her too.
Gotta check Prodigy out. But I used to listen to No
it.
Doubt.
Yeah, me too.
Nirvana, Papa Roach.
Love Nirvana.
Yeah.
Love Nirvana. Teen Spirit, that was one of my favorites. It was one of my favorites.
Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. So I always love pop rock. Just good music.
Yeah.
You know, I don't like the whole separation. Oh, you're from this place, so you should play this or you should listen to this. Right. Or you can't write about that.
Right.
You didn't experience that. And this is why I like Tina Turner, because she was in her own league.
Right.
You know what I mean?
She did her own.
Yeah.
She did her own thing. And then even when people try to box you, right, it's up to you to break out of the box. So I was in that box for years and years and years, tried it, but rock and roll was the only thing that lit me up in every aspect of my being, from my soul to my heart to my mind to my voice. It just lights me up. Yeah. And I think it's because that dirty, heavy guitar is so misunderstood, but I have been misunderstood my whole entire life. So I have a love affair with that dirty guitar, okay?
Yeah. You know, I want to get into the rock revolution in a minute, because you said something that just triggered. I want to talk about that. But let me ask you, what about you do you think is misunderstood?
Well, I think that when you have grown up a certain way most of your life, like I was brought up in a church, so I had a lot of restrictive programming within myself. So with that being said, for me, rock and roll was like something of the devil, and like you can't, do certain things or you'll go to hell, da, 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 da. Things like that, right? So like that was most of my programming. So for me, I have broken out of those limitations,
Right.
and I understand the world from a completely different perspective, and I understand heaven and hell is a state of being. Not a physical place, right? But you are it. You are all of it. So like once you begin to see life from a different perspective, and it's a consciousness level that not many people have, then you are misunderstood, right? So my whole life I was trying to fit in and be like other people because I didn't want to be called crazy. But what I didn't know is I was crazy because I was trying to be normal.
Yeah.
But once you understand that
Yeah.
you are not normal and you should just be yourself, right?
Normal
Then
is
other
boring
people,
too.
yeah, and then other
Very
people
boring.
other people will say that I'm crazy, but this is the most sane I have ever been in my life.
Then it's a good thing they didn't see you at the mall when you and your band walked through the mall. Like,
This girl is crazy. No, I'm just aware of a lot. So just because most people aren't aware of the things that I'm aware of, then they call you crazy. But to be sane in a world of illusion is to be in fact insane.
I know. I like that. Saying in the world religion is in fact insane. I like that. So okay, so let's go back a bit to. I know you had some struggles. Like I said, listen
Okay.
to Train. You can hear that.
Yeah,
And then,
absolutely.
now you're telling me that you were raised in a church. I did not know that.
Yeah.
So how far removed are your experiences from where you grew up?
Oh,
Like,
completely removed.
yeah, because I'm trying to figure out how did the drug addiction happen? How did we get there?
How do we get there? So I think that when you're growing up and being unique and yourself and nurtured isn't really groomed in a way, right? I think that when you try to be anything but yourself,
Mm-hmm.
then the insanity happens. So there was a lot of insecurity then. There was a lot of non-belief in myself. So with that being said, when I discovered drugs, it was like, oh wait, I am confident. I don't have any fear, I don't have this. Like I just feel good. So then drugs turn into something from, oh, I am just having fun, to, oh, this needs to be my lifestyle because I don't feel any negative feelings when I take drugs, right? So that just spiraled down on and on and on for years and years and years, about 16 years, and then I just couldn't stop. So then I was trying to get off of them, on them, trying to get off of them, on them, all because I didn't know how to process my
Ah.
emotions.
Ah.
I always thought that I was here to actually fit in and then be like other people, and then that never really sat well with me. But when I found out that I'm actually not here to fit in but to be myself, it was a complete, okay, wow. So
Yeah.
then I am now able to look at those emotions that I ran from most of my life, look at my pain, look at my trauma, look at the negativity which was inside of my vessel, and then
Yeah.
say, oh, okay, let me process this. Let me integrate with this. Let me love on this, because all your demons really want from you is your love. And they haunt you. They will haunt you if you don't face them.
No, that part is true. I agree with that part. But you said all your demons want from you is your love.
Yeah.
I just thought they wanted to suck the life out of you, demons. That's what I thought. That's what they do.
So, so for example, right? Say if I had did something in the past that I'm super ashamed of, right? And
yes.
and I have been running from it all of my life, right? Here's the deal. Mm-hmm. That aspect of you is still a part of you. Mm-hmm. And if you don't turn around and then face it, because we actually have to love all of ourselves, and it has to be unconditional. So that's a higher love, right? So when people talk about love, like unconditional love is on a completely different level. Yeah. So once you learn to accept and be unconditionally loving to you and to all aspects of you, even the parts that you are ashamed of. Oh,
I understand. Oh, I get it.
You become this full, wholesome fullness of a being, because no one can prick you or trigger you in any way, because those parts of me that I was ashamed of, I can clearly tell you what I did. And you know what? I have learned to love her and forgive her, because she did those things, because that's where she was in her consciousness at that point in time. Yeah. So that's what I mean by love them. They're only taking energy from you because you are scared of them, because you won't accept them.
You know, my favorite quote is God is love. And that's not a quote, that's a scripture. God is love.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
And that's the thing. We're not here to condemn others. No. We're not here to condemn ourselves. And that's something that we do a lot of the time.
Right.
You know? And that's where it comes from. When somebody hits themselves, they hit other people too. If it's not checked.
Exactly. So then just think, if everybody learned to love them aspects of themselves that they condemn, right? And they love them, guess what? You won't be able to condemn other people, because you have accepted it within yourself. Yeah. That's why I can walk around in any type of environment and still be love.
Yeah, definitely.
Most people can't, because all they do is just judge, because they judge themselves, because they haven't faced those darker aspects of themselves.
Yeah, and sometimes it's like some people think they're giving you good advice.
Yeah,
but it's coming from a place of fear, and it's not going to be helpful.
Right.
Yeah.
Right, because that's their own limitations.
Yep. So being in rock and roll, because I say rock and roll because you do have that traditional rock and roll aspect to your music as well.
Thank you.
Right? Yeah. Being in rock and roll, the whole term sex, drugs, and rock and roll, now, I don't necessarily agree with that, because that does not have to be the case. But considering the demons of the past, how like when everybody else is out rocking and drinking vodka, you're drinking cranberry juice, and that's fine. That's fine. That is great. How is that for you? Do you feel like you're living the authentic experience?
Absolutely.
Or
do you want to know why? Because I was a rock star before I was a rock star.
I got you. You already know the consequences. You already saw the bottom of that. See, you're smart. Very intelligent.
Done that.
This is
I've been there, done that. I drink my cranberry.
Yay, cheers. I love it. If you guys are tuning in, this is actually happy hour, okay? With Nitro Nitra and Sharifa.
Yes. Okay? Nitro Nitra and Sharifa. That's a rhyme, girl.
Yes, Nitro Nitra and Sharifa. Okay. All right. I got you. I like it. So
yes,
you are.
Girl, so I've been there, done that. I already did that. So now now it is all about the music for me. That's my high. That's my sex. That's my drugs, is that music, because I have went through a phase where I have completely reset my reward system. So if I had a drink, or if I did a drug, it would only tune me down. So like I have raised my frequency and vibration to a certain point, like so much that like I don't even want to do it.
Yeah.
So it's not even it's like not even a reward for me.
Yeah.
You know. So the
life
music,
wire. Yeah.
I get high off of the vibration and the music and the stage, and that is a high that ooh, I just get excited because I can't even put it into words.
I know. You know, my favorite video from you is "Walk Into the Sun." It's the
Thank
whole
you.
Alice in Wonderland vibe. I hear it in my head.
Yeah.
It's so positive. And I
Thank
see
you.
some No Doubt in there. I see a little Gwen Stefani. I like it. And I love her, by
Yeah.
the way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's loved.
So
Yeah.
tell me, because you all had so much fun with that video.
Oh my God, that video was so fun. Well, for me, it was something different because all of my songs have had, well, prior to that one, all of my songs were on this sad type of vibe, right? Like all the pain and the struggle. So I wanted to create a song that was happier in a sense, you know, like
It is.
walk into the sun, right? Walk into the sun. So that was a fun song for me.
Yeah.
I got with the producer Genesis Z, and we made some pop rock. But you know, at the end of the day, I was still exploring that sound, and then I knew that I needed it to be harder and heavier. And then I hit that rock revolution. I'm like, that's it.
Yeah. 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 So let's circle back to the rock revolution. So tell us about that. Tell us more.
So Rock Revolution is a song that I am most proud of because I have written a song lyrically with the universe by not only telling my story of coming out of the church and finding my freedom in rock and roll, but I also do it in a way where I use all popular band songs, band lyrics, famous bands that everybody knows, and I intertwine that with my own personal story. So I'm
Mhm.
like most proud of that. So most of my songs were about where I've been and the pain and the struggle, but then Rock Revolution is like, and now I'm feeling like a prodigal son, you know?
Oh
So
my
it's
God,
great.
so beautiful. You give me chills your voice. I love it.
Thank
It's
you.
real. It's real. You look the same. You sound the same. It's just you're real. You know what I mean?
Thank you.
So tell us
Thank
about
you.
these very brave men that follow you into the mall with the bullhorn.
They are
The
brave.
Kingsmen. The Kingsmen. Let's talk about them.
Yes. So Jimmy Church and Jimmy Church is on rhythm guitar. We have been friends and we have been playing for years and years and years. He has known me for about 15 years.
Okay.
So I started the band with him,
Mhm.
and we got Dan Martino, who is on bass, and then we got Scott Brady, who is on lead guitars, and then we got Johnny Zapo, who is on drums. So I could not do what I do without the Kingsmen, and I love them. And
Yeah.
I call them kings because they're ready to ride, you know, ready to ride, ready to ride. So I love
We
them.
believe for Kingsmen. It goes hand in
Absolutely.
hand. It
Yeah.
goes hand in hand. So let's get
Yes.
into knife hand. I like how you say that. Tell us about the knife hand. So what I really want to ask you, what I really want
Yeah.
to ask you, what's the definition of a knife hand? I feel
Yeah.
like your followers have to be somewhat extreme to be to be the definition. You know?
Well, Knifin is a Nitro fan. So I'm an artist. So everything I do is like art. I don't just, you know, do things. Like it just always has to have some type of intention and
Yeah.
symbolic meaning or something like that. So Knifin is a Nitro fan, but I can't just call them fans. No, it's a Knifin. Cause listen, I am all about like kings, queens, dragons. Like I am all about that. That's why I love Ronnie James Dio because Dio was all about dragons and rainbows. That's my personality. It's like
Yeah.
very,
Yeah.
very high, but like very, very low. And then when those two worlds meet,
I think you're a safe place
explosion.
for people to find themselves and
Yeah.
to find their voice. Like
Yeah.
it's okay to be you. It's okay to be weird. I don't believe in
Yes.
that word, by the way. I think weird is a word that people put onto others when they don't understand that person.
Right.
So it's just
Right.
a
That's why I
blanket
look at
word.
it. Right.
Because what's
But I look at
weird?
it like
What's
it's a
really weird?
compliment. It's a
It is a compliment because you
compliment to
don't
me,
have the
you
word,
know?
but who can tell you what's weird? Because somebody doesn't fit in your box.
Right.
That makes them weird because you don't understand what they're up to. Does that make them
Right.
weird? You know?
Right.
I think,
Exactly.
yeah.
Exactly. But people have been programmed to demonize what they don't understand.
Yeah. And that's one thing. Okay. For example, right? I hope I don't get any flack for this, but this is just an example. I like
Okay.
J-Lo. Let me tell you what I like about J-Lo. I like the fact that she's a singer. Whatever people want to say, they can say.
Yeah.
The fact that she's an actress, the fact that she's a dancer. Other parts of the world, you're artist. You can do everything.
Right.
Or you're an actress, you can only act. Or you're a singer, you can only sing.
Yeah.
I don't like that. So
No.
I just don't like people clipping people's wings.
Right.
So anything that goes against that, I like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? As long as it's not hurting anybody or
no, I get it.
harmful or that's the thing.
I get it. I see, and I love that because that is what the rock revolution movement is about. It's about breaking free from who you're programmed to be, who you once were, and stepping into the true you, the most powerful creator that ever walked on the face of the earth. So rock revolution isn't just about rock music. It is about breaking down barriers within the self to step into your true power.
That's so important.
Yeah.
And the thing is, when you're 20 something years old, you're an adult and you make really serious decisions that impact your future self. But you're just getting to know yourself. How many 20 something year olds are sitting down breaking? First of all, they haven't even built up demons yet. Let's start with that.
Yeah.
Maybe, everybody has to some degree. But the point is, it's like you haven't overcome much yet.
Yeah.
Okay. If you're safe and that's okay, you still haven't gone through anything. So it's like it's so important to, like you just said, to know yourself and know all aspects of you and love yourself unconditionally. But you have to get there,
That's what it's about though. Like to absolutely know yourself isn't just about I like pizza. I like, to skate. Nah, it's like deeper than that. Know what is stopping you from living the life for your dreams because that's why you really came here. Know if you have insecurities that are holding you back. Know if you have fears. Know if you have limitations, things that you deem to be limitations that are stopping you. Like really know thyself. And I think personally, this is not for everybody. I know for me, I had to be single for these past 5 years to really tap into myself. Hey, love on myself. Find out who I am. Find out what I want because I was always giving energy to someone else. So when you detach from the world and you go within and you love on yourself, it's like, oh girl, I love you.
I know. And you know what? I know one thing. I don't like anybody disturbing my peace. I'm getting worse with that. Don't come up here in my energy fields, try to bring any drama. You know what I mean? I'm good over here the whole time. But one thing people have to find in order to be at peace or content is their purpose. Because you could have all the money in the world, you could be happy, not happy. You could have everything you think you always wanted, but something is going to be missing. That's why I talk with God every day. I'm sure not perfect at all, but through Him, I can just get the grace that I need for the day to get through my day. You know what I mean?
I get it.
Yeah.
Absolutely get it. Peace is number one.
So I know you're busy later. I won't keep you all day. But what do you have in the works coming up right now? What are you working on that we need to look out for?
So right now, it's about the shows and marketing the EP, which was released in April. So now I just been marketing. Always writing, right? That's always in the works. But right now, for this year, I want to focus on just getting awareness of the EP because it is one of the most things that I'm most proud of. So I just want to focus on that. But I will tell you that I have some shows coming up. If you're in Delaware, we will be at a festival called Rock and Roll America. So we will be there. And then we are also headlining the ice cream festival here in Delaware as well. So we're going to be doing that. And then we have some things coming up in the summer, and we also have a show on June 22nd in Mount Holly, New Jersey, with two other bands. So it's gonna be fun.
Okay, this is good.
I'm excited.
This is good stuff.
Yeah,
I'm excited for you. It sounds exciting. Make Delaware. Delaware should be very proud of you. Like you're from Delaware. Yeah. Like you are representing Delaware. Like a rock star goddess queen. Yeah, this is a good thing. This is a good thing.
Absolutely.
Before I ask you for your contact information for you know whoever is listening, do you want to sing anything? Anything?
I want to sing anything?
Just a little something, if you want to.
Ready for the rock revolution.
Listen, do you feel that power? Like, do you feel that power? I love it. Oh my goodness.
Hey, truth be told, I've been sitting here on a very specific mission. And my mission is to help awaken the masses as we are going through this great awakening that is happening here on planet Earth right now. So it's not just about the music for me. When I go on tour, guess what? I'll be going into rehabs, talking to people about creating their own reality, not just putting down drugs, right? But like really creating your own reality and living the life of your dreams. And I'm very excited about it. And my voice holds frequencies to unlock codes and activate people as I meet them. So I'm just walking on the journey, baby. Walking on the purpose.
Walking on sunshine too, and we want to join you. We want to follow you. Like you're amazing, pretty amazing.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm so happy that you have it. I'm so happy that I finally got to meet you.
Happy that you finally have the time. No, you're busy too. You're doing a lot of things. Do you know what I mean?
Thank you.
If you guys are just tuning in, we have a Nitro.
Thank you.
Okay.
So fun. So fun.
So, can you say your Instagram, website, anything you want us to have?
Yes. NitroNitra.com. Please go to my website and sign up on the email signups. Become a Knifin, which is a Nitro fan, and support us. And we send you updates and goodies and keep you in the loop of where we are. There, Nitro Nitra on Instagram, Nitro Nitra 1111 on TikTok, Nitro Nitra on Facebook. So come join the Nitro Nitra world and rock out with us, yo. Join the Rock Revolution movement into freedom.
Yes. And you know what? All this energy, and she's a rock star, and she's female. Okay. Yes.
You want to know, real quick, the greatest compliment that I've ever received. We were on the show, and there was a fan that tweeted from the NBC show. The fan said, "How does she rock harder than the rock bands?"
Hello. I didn't want to say anything. Okay? I didn't want to say anything because I watch every week. And I
looked at my blood. Yeah.
And you know, I looked at the reaction from Kelly Clarkson and from Snoop Dogg, and I'm like, I watch how they watch you and the energy, so I know it wasn't just me. You know what I mean?
It's its own thing. It's its own thing. You know? So it's been a pleasure to not only do that, but to also experience who I am in real time. Because you have to understand, I have never experienced who I'm until now.
Yeah. And it's good to look back and see yourself. So you're proud of yourself. So Delaware had to be very proud. Like, did they give you like the key to the city? Because they should.
I'm working on
it. Like Delaware.
I'm still
listening.
Working on that.
You got a key.
Go on,
okay.
Delaware. Let me get that key, Delaware.
I'm not too far from you. I'm in Maryland. So what? That's like 2 hours.
Mm-hmm. Which part?
Silver Spring.
Oh, okay. I know where you are.
Yeah. Yeah.
We will definitely meet.
Yes. I have a cousin in Delaware too. I'm not sure exactly where. He is in
Okay.
Delaware. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We will meet for sure.
We will. We will.
Yeah.
We will. Well,
Yes.
thank you so much, Queen. It was my pleasure. And we have to do
Thanks for having me. Thank you to everyone who had tuned in, joined in. Thank you.